Hello and welcome back to 310 Stitcher. My name is Jade. I'm the 310 Stitcher here on Instagram as well as Facebook and Instagram. I welcome you, whether it's your first time or your 51st time. You're very welcome here. I really appreciate your spending some time of your day with me. I hope you have some stitching, something to drink, because I have quite a few things to talk about. I don't have a lot of whips, but I do have a lot of progress. I'm just going to look at my notes here. So I have my whips. I have a finish. Yes, a finish. Which is not cross stitch related, but I'll just show it really quick anyways because I love it. And I have some retreat news and some purchases. Sorry, I have to put my glasses on because I can't see to save my life right now. And then I want to talk about some plans that I have. So I apologize if I hope I make sense. I have a migraine today, so I'm a little bit, my brain is a little bit discombobulated. So hopefully I make sense during this video. If I don't, leave me a comment down below and I'll be happy to clarify things. I'm just doing the video today because I'm not sure when else I could, when else I'm going to be able to this week. And it's been already almost 2 weeks since my last video. Pardon me while I just clean these things because I don't know how. Do you guys wear glasses? Do your glasses get really dirty and like without touching them? Because I don't touch them, but somehow they get gross. Anyway, all right. So let's start with the finished object and it'll be quick. So this is not a cross stitch whip. This is a spinning whip, spinning finished object. So I spin, if you haven't seen me before, I do lots of crafts, including spinning yarn, knitting, crocheting, that kind of thing. Those are pretty much it. Reading, but so spinning yarn is one of the things. Actually, you can kind of see my spinning wheel is right back there. But I finished spinning 4 ounces of merino silk, and it's so squishy. I wish we had feel-o-vision, but it's beautiful. So I spun it to kind of a DK weight. So I'm not sure what I'm going to make with it, but we'll see. I might make a hat or a pair of mitts, like long. I don't know. We'll see. So that is, and I haven't even actually, I took this off my wheel after plying it. So I Navajo plied it or 3-plied it, and I didn't even check the length. So I'll have to do that so that I know how many meters I have or yards or whatever. But anyways, so that's my finish. So that's been on the wheel for quite a while. So I'm really happy that I got that finished. Now it can go into the closet of doom here. So that's my finished object. Let's go to whips. So I'll show you the full coverage first. So the first one I want to show you, actually no, we're not going to start with the full coverage. We're going to start with the non-full coverage. So this is Mirabilia. It's my one and only, my first and one and only. This is Royal Games 2, and this is what she will look like when she's done. So Queen of clubs, Queen of diamonds. Okay, the last time I showed you her, I had finished all of the stitching. I had finished all of the stitching except for a little bit of Krynic and the beads. So that's what she looked like almost 2 weeks ago. So as you may know, if you were here the last time, I was at the cottage, or the cabin if you're outside of Ontario, at the cabin on the lake, and I only brought 2 projects with me. Well, no, I had 3 projects, sorry. But since the last time, I only worked on 2 projects up there. So one of them is this one, and I started beading. There's still a crap ton to do, but that didn't work. I need a better, I just had this piece of cardboard, so I thought I would try to use it, but maybe we won't be too successful. Okay, so I started beading. So all this is in, this is all in, that is all in. Yeah, so it's all in. The Krynic that you wouldn't have seen the last time was all of this stuff up in here. Yeah, so I've finished her crown, finished the beads in her hair, finished this, the Krynic and the beads, and then the queue. There's some beading and some Krynic in here as well, which I still haven't done yet. And then so far I've only done the red beads. Let me see if I can move this closer. There we go. So far I've only done the red beads, but she's got like a few different types of beads in her. So at least a couple of colors, and then some bugle beads, which apparently I don't have. So I've ordered them and I'm waiting for them. But the next time she comes out, I'm hoping to finish the beads in the Queen of Diamonds and the little bit of Krynic that's there. And then we'll move on to the Queen of Clubs. So let me just put this back over here. So what am I using for the beads? So I'm using the called for Mill Hill beads, and I'm using this sulky invisible thread. Okay, when they say invisible, they mean invisible. You can kind of just see that. This stuff, I was having a really hard time threading my needle with it. Yeah, I was having a really hard time. So I don't know, you guys can tell me. This is the first time I've beaded anything, so anybody who's got more experience than me, please tell me. So I was using this thread doubled up. Do you guys do that, or is one thread enough? I think the beads, like putting them in, I think they actually came out okay. Like they're all facing the same direction. I think they look good, but it's just, oh my gosh, working with this was a challenge, and this went very slow. Like, I don't know how many beads that is, but that took several hours to do that much. Anyway, it is what it is. I guess I'll continue, but let me know. Or do you use something else? I don't remember where I got the idea for this. It might have been It might have been a tutorial video. I'm not sure. Anyway, so I have no idea, you know, how many stitches that is because it's a paper pattern, so I didn't count this time. I think I counted last time. Okay, the next one I want to show you is a full coverage. Come on now. Okay, it's a full coverage from Haid or Heaven and Earth Designs, and this is called The Veil of Death. The artwork is by Chris Ortega. That's what she's gonna look like when she's done. Oh, it would have been smart. Okay. I told you it was a little discombobulated. I forgot to check how many stitches I had done. So since the last time, I did about 1,653 stitches. Sorry, 56 stitches, whatever. 1,656 stitches. And I'll show you where I worked. And, oh, I can't, okay. I was gonna show you a picture of where I was, but I'll have to pop it in because I am filming on the phone that I took the picture with. So here it is, the whole thing. I can't see what you're looking at. So all 1,600 stitches is all in black right over here. So you guys know how much I like working on black, but there is a lot of black in this project. It's going to come back all the way in here as well. So yeah, I think it's coming out nicely. I really love all the swirls and stuff. I think it looks so great. Okay. Let me put this down so it doesn't. Okay, just didn't want it to fall over. Okay, so that was my biggest scroll frame, by the way, which just fits that project. But I now have another one, so I'll show you in a minute. Okay, so that's that one. All right, the next project I want to show you. Let me pull up the picture. So the next project is also a Haid. This one's a mini. It's called a Pompeian Lady. The artwork is by Jeff Godward. And that is what she's gonna look like. I'm so sorry about the glare. I may try turning that off. Okay, I don't know how this will work, but we'll see. Okay, so yes, so Pompeian Lady. Like I said, it's a mini, and since the last time you saw this, I have done 900 stitches exactly. And funny enough, I was also working on just black in this project, so that's what she looks like now. So I was filling in a lot of black in here and in here, a little bit in her face, but I think she's looking so good so far. A little bit of these oranges in here filling in, and then some dark browns in here as well. So she's looking good. She's about 20%, is that right? She's 19.3%. So that's great. The Veil of Death, by the way, is at 13.5%. So my goals for this year were to get the Pompeian Lady to 50%. I don't know that I'm going to make that, be honest. But whatever I get. I'm aiming for 50%. And for the Veil of Death, I was aiming for 10%. 10%? What did I say it was at? I thought it was at more. Sorry, friends. Like I said, my head is exploding and brain's not working. Okay, it's at 13.54%, so I think I was aiming for 25%. Again, I don't know if I'm going to make it. I had almost a full week this past week without stitching. I did a little bit of knitting, but it's been a really crazy few weeks between work and being on vacation and a lot of travel and stuff. And I just there were days where I got home and I was just too exhausted to think. However, with my next project, I kind of made up for it. So the next project, and again, I turned off my iPad. The next project is also Heaven and Earth Design. It's the 2025 Stitch Along. So the one I'm doing is called Jelly World, and it's gonna look like this when it is complete. I think it's beautiful. My goal for this one is to get it to basically 50%. So I have to do 6 full pages in order to be awarded the other 10 or 12 patterns, however many there were, that were offered for the whole thing. So if you did 6 complete pages, you get all of those. If you complete the whole thing by the end of December, then you also get to pick a free pattern off Heaven and Earth, off Hade's website. I'm not aiming for that. This project is just over 90,000 stitches, so just getting to the 45,000 is going to be enough of a stretch. I realized the last time that I was falling behind, and so that's the reason I only brought this as my full coverage to my week at the cottage. And I worked on it basically every day for a solid week, and I put in 8,861 stitches. So the last time you saw this, let me show you. How do I do this? View full chart. Okay. Right? 1, 2. Yes. So this is pretty much what you saw the last time. So I had first page complete, second page complete, and a little bit of maybe a third of the third page. Well, so I moved my Q-snap so that I could do the pages next to it. Let me move this. So when you saw it, I was about here. just right in here. And so I've done all of this. So this is pages 3 and 4. And a little sliver of page 5. I think it's only like one row of page 5. But anyway, so this will be, so pages 3 and 4. So if I get these complete, then I'll only have 2 more pages to do. So I'm about halfway through. I am at okay, so I've got 23. I just figured this out yesterday. So I have completed 23,293 stitches. So half would be 45,000. So I have another 21,707 stitches to go. There's about 23 weeks left in the year, so I have to do about 1,000 stitches a week, which is doable, I think. I just have to remove some. Anyways, I don't know. I'm aiming for it. I'm not sure if I'll get it, but I do think that it's looking fantastic. So I'm really excited about that. Cool. So that's the last cross stitch whip. I have one knitting whip to show you really quick. So this is a pair of socks. I always have socks on the go, if you know me. I'm using Lana Grossa in the colorway Aloha. I love it. I love the colors. And the last time I showed you, right, so I had the foot, the heel, and I was in this green right here. And I thought I would have the whole sock done by the time I saw you the next time, and a second sock started. I'm so close. I'm only a few rows left of the ribbing. So, you know, maybe 15 minutes and this sock will be completed, and then I can start sock number 2. And when we start sock number 2, we also start the next pair. I don't know why we say we. I will start the next pair. Do you guys notice that? I've noticed a lot of people do it, and like I said, I do it too. I just did. We refer to me or I as we. We are here. This is what we've done. Yes, we as in me, myself, and I. Anyway, so those are all my whips. So it's quick. This will be a quicker video than usual for me, which is fine. Wanted to talk about a couple of other things. So one is plans. So I had I think about a month ago I had made some changes to my stitchy plans, which also involved doing the 2 or 4 threads a day or whatever. And you'll notice I haven't provided any of that. It's just been too chaotic. So I've kind of given myself I've given myself some leeway. This summer is just too nuts, so I may start up with that again. Maybe after the retreat when I'll have a little bit more time. But I think I'm going to be doing something new because I'm sorry about that. I would like to touch more of my projects. And so I'm going to start something new. This is on top of the Monopoly. Oh, I'm so sorry. I have turned off the notifications, but somehow they're still coming through. so what my thoughts are. I don't want to do temperature stitching. I don't want to keep track of stuff. I don't want to go looking for temperatures. That's why I stopped in the first place. I just, you know, whatever. Monopoly is great. I'm really enjoying Monopoly, so I'm going to keep doing that. But I still would like to touch more projects and get more progress on my non-focus projects. So I'm starting something new, and I'm just calling it Stitch With Me ABCs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through my projects alphabetically. So say I have 5 projects where the names start with A. So this is whips I'm talking about, not new starts. I will pick one that starts with A, and I will work on it until I get to 1,000 stitches. Once I get to 1,000 stitches, that one will go away and I'll move on to B. And I think, you know, 1,000 stitches is doable. It's not so small that you don't see any progress, but you know, it's also not a huge amount, right? I could get that done in 1 sitting or maximum 2 sittings, depending on how much time I have. So yeah, so I think that's what I'm going to do. I have, you know, most letters I have multiple projects to choose from. I only have to choose one. I'm not going to decide ahead of time. I'm not going to spin a wheel. I'm just going to pick one. And then the next time I come to that letter, then I'll pick a different whip, probably. Depends how I feel at the time, I guess. But anyway, so that's what I think that's what I'm gonna start doing. Am I gonna start doing that right away? I'm not 100% sure, because again, it's been crazy busy. However, it's my birthday month this month. My birthday is next week, and I have taken next week off of work, so I will be I'll be here, and I plan on, you know, I have stuff that I have to do as well, and stuff to do for the retreat and whatnot, but I plan on doing a lot of stitching. Yeah, my husband's really going crazy at work too. The next couple of months are insane for him, so I'm not going to be seeing him very much. So I should have a lot more time to do some stitching. So yeah, so I'm gonna try. So we'll see. I'll let you know the next time. But if you want to stitch along with me, let me know. I would love to hear what your thoughts are. I think it would be great to do this with others as well. So let me know. So like I said, next week is my birthday, and so I decided to treat myself, and I purchased some stuff from Painting Fairy. So Painting Fairy cross stitch. They have a website. I will eventually link it down below. But they had reached out to me asking about collaboration, if I wanted to try some stuff. I decided I don't know if I'll be doing the collaboration with them. I have purchased some things. They did offer me a discount. I do want to review, and I will give you I'll give you a full review once I receive everything. So they shipped my stuff out in 2 packages. I received 1 package. I did not receive, and that 1 package only had 1 thing. Second package has everything else, and I haven't received it yet. And in fact, it seems to have gone lost. The tracking says it's still at the point of information received from the vendor. So I reached out to them. They said they were going to get back to me as to, you know, what the status was. I have not heard back, and it's been 3 weeks since I've ordered the stuff. 3.5 weeks since I've ordered this stuff. I touched base with them basically every week. I was like, okay, hey, the status just says this. Can you let me know when it's going to get shipped, when I can expect to receive it? And they finally got back to me a few days ago and said, okay, we're gonna look into it. So I'm not gonna do a review right now. Well, all I've done, so the one thing that I did receive was a scroll frame. So I wanted a scroll frame that could take one of my big projects. So this one is as tall as I am. It's 5'4" or 163 centimeters, which might be 5'5", I don't know. But anyway, so it's as tall as I am, and well, okay. So this is the fabric. The size of the fabric on this side, it's got about the same. There goes my phone. Oh, it's upside down. Oh my God, did I put this? No, I didn't. Okay. Anyways, so what this project is, which you can see is massive, is catching rays. So catching rays, I started in time for the last video, so I did show you that progress. I haven't done anything else on it since. Catching rays I'm doing as part of the Harry Potter challenge from Crafts and Crafts. Anyways, I wanted to trying to wrangle the fabric, all of this fabric, into, because it's a bed sheet, trying to wrangle it all into a Q-snap was irritating me because it was just so big and bulky. So I thought, okay, let me try this. So their frame is aluminum. I got the purple, and it took me. It is intuitive, and they have a video to set it all up. It came really well packaged. I could say that, like very well packaged. There's not that many pieces, so like this is one solid 5 foot whatever piece of aluminum. You get drum tight tension. Right now it's loose because I'm not working on it. Yeah, it is heavy though, I will say that. So let me just put this away. Okay. All right, so putting it together is fairly intuitive, I will say that, although it took me a couple of tries to get the fabric in there at the top. Excuse me. And that's because I don't have a lot of experience with scroll frames. I have this one and one other one, which I had much bigger margins for. But on this one, so I wanted to make sure that when I put the top in, right, which I'd already started working on, that I would still be able to work along the top row. So there's not that much of an ability to turn too much. But anyways, I got it in. You can actually see right here, it's just how much comes out of the groove. So not very much, but it's in, it's secure, and I can reach that top row of stitching. So anyways, once I actually get working on it and receive my other stuff, then I'll talk more about it and let you know what my thoughts are about it. Like I said, I wanted something like this. I had originally wanted to get some Omnic frames, but they're no longer made. And you know, I did get a fairly, I think I did get a fairly decent discount on this stuff. So I thought, you know, why not? I'll give it a try and I'll give you my honest opinion. Because I did pay for it. I did get a discount though. But I will give you my honest opinion about everything when I get it. Okay, the other things I bought a couple of other things. So one is I'm trying out some new needles. So I'm trying out, oops. I'm trying out these Colonial Tapestry Petites. They're so tiny. I don't have one here. They had one needle that was loose, and that's the one that I've been using. So I haven't even opened the whole thing to take the tube out. But you can see how tiny they are. And and they actually are just like that small. Anyway, I'm quite enjoying them. I am enjoying them, yeah, quite a lot. So I don't know, these are size 28s. Yeah, I'll keep working on them. I want to see how the so I've gotten used to actually using them because they're smaller. I want to see how, like, whether they tarnish, because that's one of my beefs with some other needles, like the pony needles, and even some of the ball tip needles apparently do have that plating come off. So we'll see. So anyway, so I bought those, and one other thing which I got, where did I put it? It's behind the frame. I'm gonna reach over for a second. Okay. I don't know if you guys have this issue, but I like to stitch either sitting in my chair here or in my recliner in the living room. And sometimes what happens is that my shoulders or my arms get really tired, right? Like of holding them up in the air. And so I decided I wanted to try having a pillow. I started with a regular pillow or a cushion, like a couch cushion. Wasn't great because you kind of would need one on each side of you, right? So because you have two arms. A friend of mine had a breastfeeding pillow, which she hasn't used in quite a while and was going to get rid of. I asked her if I could just borrow it for a day or two, and it wasn't great either because they're fairly narrow and short, so my arms actually wouldn't even reach the pillow, so I wasn't getting any support. And then so I did a little bit of research and I found these pillows. So it's called the Valari pillow, Valari, and it was not cheap, let me tell you. But it's fine, it's green. I got the teal. So it kind of looks like, it almost looks like a breastfeeding pillow, right? But you could put this on. Well, there's the, if you want to know how it's spelled. So yeah, so you put this around your waist and you can clip it shut on your back so it just stays and it doesn't slip forward, right? And this is the perfect height for a few things. So one, for stitching. Let me see if I can just move you down a little bit. So for stitching, it's a nice comfortable height. That's great. And I don't have it tied in. It's just kind of sitting there, but it's a nice comfortable height. It's great. So it's great for stitching because my arms are supported. For knitting and crocheting, same thing. That's often what happens is people's shoulders hurt because, again, arms not being properly supported. So for knitting and crocheting, also fantastic. For reading, you know, I can, again, supported, don't have to hold up here. I tend to read a lot, so, and for long periods of time. And they also sell them for gaming as well. So if you're, you know, on the Switch or DS or PlayStation or whatever it is that you have. So, like I said, it was not inexpensive, okay? However, I've been loving it. I feel really weird. I feel old and feeble, but it's really taking care of those aches and pains that I would sometimes get with my shoulders from not having no support. So I'm really enjoying it. Okay, so we talked about the retreat. And if you have one, let me know how you like it. Obviously, everybody's gonna have, you know, everyone will have a different needs and different opinions, you know, and that's great. For me, it's working, which is fantastic. For the retreat, I have been waiting for one more person to give me the go-ahead as to whether she could come and vend at the retreat. And she's finally gotten everything sorted out with the CRA. So she's now able to import stuff. I'm speaking about Alara. So Alara Designs, I'll put her info down below. She has an Etsy shop. She will be vending at the retreat with us. So that's fantastic. She makes amazing bags. And I just can't wait to see all the stuff she has. It'd be great. So I'm really looking forward to seeing Alara. Okay, and of course she has a Flosstube, right? So check her out. That info will be down below as well. And so that's the retreat. I've been doing stuff like I've started getting things in from the vendors for the swag bags and stuff. So I've been putting all those things together. Yeah, my husband's not too happy that I'm taking up so much space in our living room with this stuff, but oh well, it is what it is. Okay, and one last thing that I wanted to mention, I'm just looking down at my notes here. If you guys watch Crafting Gaming Jamie or Crafty Gaming Jamie, I'll put her info down below. So she reviews a lot of books, and there was one I was looking for. You know, I'd finished my latest. So I listened to a lot of audiobooks, and I was trying to figure out what my next audiobook would be. And I happened to be watching her, and she was talking about this book that she had just. I don't know if she read it or if she listened to it on Audible. I don't know, but the way that she described it was great. And she said it was, you know, it was really funny. And I thought, okay, well, you know what? Let me give it a try because it sounds interesting. The premise sounds interesting, and I could use, you know, a laugh, right? So the book is it is a series, and it's called, the first book is called Dungeon Crawler Carl. And oh my, it is absolutely hilarious. Okay, and if you're, I should say, if you're into D&D, Dungeons and Dragons at all, you will probably really love it. I've never played D&D, but anyways, the premise of this series is that Earth has been, let's say, condemned, and all of the matter that occupies the planet Earth is going to be recycled into something else. So the only people that remain alive after this, like, one instant, are people that happen to be outside. If you happen to be inside a building, your home, whatever, in Carl's case, like at nighttime, you know, it was 2 a.m, so everybody was sleeping, all gone. So the only people remaining alive, there were several million people that were still alive on Earth. And then they had the opportunity to take part in a game. And so this is what Carl, and so they become known as dungeon crawlers. So this guy Carl and his cat, the only reason he was outside is because his cat ran out the window and looking for the neighborhood Tom, and he was out there in his boxers and girlfriend's Crocs, trying to get the cat to come down out of a tree. Anyways, it is hilarious. Highly recommend. I listened to the first 2 books. I'm now I just got my new Audible credit, so I will be downloading the next installment. It's pretty funny. You know, there's a lot of monster killing. Well, it's like there's boss fights, right? Just like in a video game. Anyways, it's a lot of fun. Highly recommend. So I just wanted to mention that here. That is pretty much it. So I have, like I said, I'm off next week. At the end of the week, or on the weekend, I have a fair that I will be attending, and then we'll have the retreat almost 3 weeks later. So I'm super excited about those things. So it's going to be a busy summer. Not sure when I'll be able to come back. Well, maybe next week, maybe at the end of next week, we'll see. Now, if Kim and I manage to get together in order to film Monopoly will be following this. Otherwise, I will put it out as a separate video later. But I hope you have enjoyed this. Like I said before, if you haven't yet, please hit that like and subscribe button. It really helps out the channel. And until the next time, my friends, I hope wherever you are in the world, you're healthy, happy, safe, and having a great time doing your stitching. Okay,